name is Tara Snyder, and I was a former WTA tennis professional. So I had COVID. I was tested positive August 2nd, and somewhere between that second and third week, I started noticing I couldn't sleep. So I went days that I felt like I was just up and could not sleep at all. My mind, I started having just tons of racing thoughts, weird thoughts, and kind of dark thoughts, which I had never had. You know, I hadn't really heard much about long COVID. So it was almost like the carpet had been swept from underneath me. And like I said, I just felt, I had no emotions, flat affect, depressed, and it all just happened so quick. I mean, I hate to admit it, but I had suicidal thoughts. And within that time frame, we saw several psychologists, and it seemed like nobody really understood or had an answer for it. You know, psychologists tried to kind of do what they do and prescribe medicine, but nobody really had answers until I came here to Dallas. We were invited to go and play tennis at Dr. Phil's house. Went over there, and Dr. Phil was so kind. At one point, he called me over and we had a conversation. He said, "So you think you have long COVID?" I said, "Yeah, I have no feeling." I mean, I was just flat affect and in severe depression. I literally felt like I was buried alive. So he said, "We really need to get you with Dr. Amen, get your brain scanned and see where you're at, because right now they're treating you for things that, you know, the symptoms are there, but we don't know what caused it." He called Dr. Amen and he picked up the phone right away and just, "You've got to help her get her life back," basically. Because at that point everything had been turned upside down. You know, after my initial evaluation brain scan, he had said, try to get to 40 hyperbaric oxygens. And I thought 40, like, I really didn't know a lot about hyperbaric oxygen, but I went every day except for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Started to have hope. I mean, sitting in that chamber and, you know, trying to give myself what Dr. Amen said, the breathing. I did a lot of the breathing app. And then I've heard Dr. Phil say, you know, behave your way to success. So I would get out of bed and get on the little elliptical bike that we had, and I felt nothing. And I thought, okay, you're an athlete. It's in you somewhere in here. But I just kept doing what Dr. Amen said, the supplements, and, you know, recalling all the things that he had told me. And somewhere around that 20 to 30 mark, I thought, this is feeling much better. Like things are starting to slightly clear. All of a sudden, it's like I can kind of start to smile again. There's a little bit of life in my eyes. It has been about 7 months since Dr. Amen, and I feel like I'm about 95% back. Like I said, I felt like I was on the sidelines, to use a sports analogy, and now I'm back in the game, and it feels better. I actually think this is a weird, you know, you kind of get blessings out of in weird situations, but I feel like I'm better than I was in a lot of areas than before. I found that psychologists, you're explaining it, or to doctors, you're explaining it, and they're taking notes. And then you feel like you're a bit of a science experiment, kind of like they'll treat a symptom, but I don't think they have enough knowledge yet to really treat long COVID. And Dr. Amen was the first one to say, hey, this is a brain issue. This is the same as a concussion in football or something similar to that. If we heal your brain, we can get you back out on the court. Now, I think I could go back on tour. No, I'm kidding. No, I feel good. I mean, I've started playing a little bit more. I'm looking forward to this summer, getting back out there and playing more tennis and being active and back to my life.